Former Solicitor General Kash Heed has been exonerated. He has spent more than a year under a cloud, but tonight the embattled MLA's legal troubles would appear to be over for good. Heed was forced to step down as Solicitor General over serious allegations of election fraud and breach of trust. Today, the special prosecutor who has been examining the case says Heed is no longer facing criminal charges. But as A News legislature reporter Shachi Curl shows us, two of his campaign workers are.
I'm still confident. I've done absolutely nothing wrong, and I'm looking forward to the outcome of this.
And this time, the special prosecutor agrees with him. Liberal MLA Kash Heed has been under investigation by police and the Crown for more than a year over allegations of election fraud and breach of trust. Today, Heed was exonerated. He will face no criminal charges.
Charges were not approved against Mr. Heed.
It all started in April 2009 when sensational Chinese language flyers blanketed his constituency during the provincial election campaign. The brochures claimed the NDP supported a death tax. Under the Elections Act, they were supposed to identify who paid for them. They didn't. Later, warrant information obtained by A News showed police had widened their probe, had concluded that Heed paid campaign staffers with public money and that he failed to file accurate campaign expense reports. But the Crown has decided the evidence doesn't support charges.
There was not sufficient evidence establishing that Mr. Heed knew or was involved in the production of the election pamphlets, that he knew or was involved or aware of any difficulties with the election financing report, or that he knowingly made payments for election purposes.
So Kash Heed is in the clear, but the people linked to his campaign are not. Campaign manager Barinder Saul faces Elections Act and criminal charges, including forgery and obstruction. Dinesh Khanna, whose company printed those flyers, faces criminal and Elections Act charges too. It may explain why Heed's government colleagues weren't openly celebrating today.
I really don't find myself in a position to comment much on this matter because it is going to be heading to court.
But it is a major win for Kash Heed. A year ago, he was forced to step down as Solicitor General when the investigation came to light. A month later, he was cleared and back in cabinet. But hours later, he was out again. His exoneration cast in doubt when the special prosecutor at the time, Terry Robertson, revealed his law firm had financially backed Heed's campaign.
I think I would have had a better job of predicting the 649 numbers and predicting that would happen.
A new special prosecutor, Peter Wilson, was then appointed. His conclusions revealed this afternoon. And while you might think this would be a time for Kash Heed to come out and talk about how happy he is to be vindicated, Heed is not commenting either. His lawyer says he won't say anything publicly until next week. But one man is talking. Gabriel Yu was Heed's NDP opponent in 2009 and the target of those Heed campaign flyers that started everything.
Whether he is involved or not, the last election is totally tainted. I think it is fair for Mr. Heed to step down, and then the by-election is called.
So Heed's legal troubles are over. Whether the same can be said of his political career is yet unknown. In Victoria, Shachi Curl, A News.